Damebecker standing by here at Derby City Wrestling with Da Pope. And Pope, you have a match on today's program with Dylan Bostic. What do you think? You heard it here first, guys. Back to you.
Welcome to the best hour of the week, Derby City Wrestling, presented by CarShield. Gilbert Corsi alongside Sean Phillips. And as we come on the air, you have already heard from the Pope, who is chomping at the bit after listening to Dylan Bostic run his mouth for weeks. Tonight, Pope gets his fight. And Pope Bostic one-on-one.
I'm interested to see things catch up to Dylan Bostic finally, as the Pope is going to land his hands on him. But that's not all we get. We get to open this match tonight with the boys versus technical difficulties. Two of the best in our tag team division here. We get to see them right away.
Let's get to the ring.
The following contest is a tag team match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Knoxville, Tennessee, with a combined weight of 433 pounds, Brandon and Britt Tate, the boys!
Well, this is a rematch from the very first Derby City Wrestling presented by CarShield television event, Sean. When the Tate twins took a loss that they did not deserve, a loss that came via DQ due to a questionable outside interference by Infrared. Well, that didn't sit well with Brent and Brandon, and the twins told me earlier tonight that they have come in here to right a wrong.
And their opponent from St. Louis, Missouri, with a combined weight of 453 pounds, the team of Raheem De La Suede, the Deliverer, Moses, Technical Difficulties.
Well, Sean, I know that at one point in time you were very familiar with the St. Louis wrestling scene, and that is where these guys are out of. What more can you tell us about Technical Difficulties?
Absolutely. Technical Difficulties are two of the best, brightest, young, talented wrestlers out of the St. Louis, Missouri area. And these individuals just get professional wrestling, an extensive amateur background in wrestling. They've translated it over to pro wrestling with the guidance of none other than the late, great Harley Race.
Should be a good one to kick things off here in Derby City Wrestling. You know, the wrestling fans are talking on the internet about the quality of the action. You think about our main event last week, Shane Mercer, Rocco Bellagio. A couple weeks ago, we saw Myron Reed, Mickey Midas. The quality of the bell-to-bell action inside the ring here in Derby City Wrestling, unmatched.
And it's crazy. I still feel like I have the goosebumps from last week's main event that we got to watch between Shane Mercer and Rocco Bellagio. And you're absolutely right. We had, you know, Mickey Midas. And wow, look at this, the boys laid it on. Technical Difficulties right away. This is not something that we usually see from the boys.
No, I told you how that DQ loss that they really didn't deserve because somebody else stuck their nose in their business. It did not sit well with Brent and Brandon.
And it looks like Brent is going to tag his brother right back in as they're going to take it to Raheem De La Suede. But again, this wasn't Technical Difficulties' fault that, you know, they won by disqualification. But
a loss is a loss.
You're right about that.
But
it looks like the boys did not take too kindly.
And the boys don't want to have L's on their record. Remember, the last time we saw them, they were in a match with the Infantry, a great main event match, and it didn't end in their favor.
And look at this, the Deliverer Moses from the top rope, bringing it down with a huge drop kick from Raheem De La Suede, the Deliverer Moses, and all of a sudden Technical Difficulties are now in the driver's seat.
Well, I tell you what, Moses and Raheem kind of remind me of Brent and Brandon as a tag team. They are highly functional, great tag team maneuvers, springs in their feet, and quick as a hiccup. And you are seeing all of that right now. Brandon's shoulders are on the mat, but he's out in two.
And not a step missed with these moves. These guys just know one another. Look at that, a quick tag, headlock takeover. And here comes Raheem De La Suede with a crossbody over the top off of Moses' back. These guys get one another. They are peanut butter to jelly.
Don't blink or you're going to miss some of the action here in our opening contest this week. Hey, also in this hour, we've got a great women's matchup when Allyson Kay takes on Big Mama.
what else do you have to say? That's going to be one of the best matches that we've had here in the women's division in Derby City.
Big Mama has some heat, some background with Kay's tag team partner from the Hex and Marty Bell. Again, it's going to be a good fight.
That's right. Big Mama stepped on the toes of Marty Bell right as she got her disqualified in that match against Alexis Littlefoot. So I think Allyson Kay is going to have some words for her today.
But back to the subject matter at hand, and that is Raheem De La Suede. The axe handle smash on Brandon Tate.
And the ref getting back to Brent, say you have to be back at your corner. Veteran move from the Tate twins.
Here comes Brent with the tag.
And this cocky attitude, I'm still beside myself. This is not something I was expecting from the boys. We haven't seen that here from them.
You know, I know Brent and Brandon very well. I mean, more than a decade I've known each other, and I know that sometimes that they, you know, kind of wrestled with being the boys. As the action picks up, the pace picks up here.
Phenomenal arm drags from Raheem De La Suede.
I think that Brent may have landed badly, and you hate to see that.
As the ref checking on Brent.
Oh, man, you really hate to see that.
Ref pushing back technical difficulties, getting them back to their corner so that he can check on Brent Tate. I hope everything's okay.
Yeah, when you land like that, it could be an ankle, it could be a foot, it can be a knee, it can be a MCL, a PCL. There's a lot of things that can go wrong.
And what is this? The switch just happened.
Wait. Now, a lot of people can't tell Brandon and Brandon apart. I can. Brandon just jumped in the ring.
And the ref has been fugazed in this one, has no idea, thinks that there was just a legal tag, and I'm starting to think that Brent Tate might not have really been that hurt at all.
Oh, wow. We are seeing definitely cover here, no hook of the leg. We are seeing a new edge here from Brent and Brandon Tate.
And
these boys are cutting corners, I'll tell you that.
Technical difficulties are seeing double here. Raheem De La Suede with a little bit of fight, but Brent Tate staying on the back. And just so our fans know, now it's Brandon Tate coming in. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah, and by the way, that ankle seems to be fine.
Absolutely.
That foot's, there's no problem there. That was just to stop the press of technical difficulties, and it worked like a charm. Hook of the leg. Brent and Brandon are on top here. Can technical difficulties get back into it? We got to take our first time out.
I love to drive. It's my me time, my getaway, my escape. Nothing can ruin it, except for a car breakdown. That's why I called CarShield. CarShield administrators help get those repairs paid. I trust CarShield with my baby, and you should too. CarShield has plans that include protection on major parts and systems like the engine, transmission, entertainment system, air conditioning, electronics, and more. CarShield administrators go the extra mile by including rental car options. You also get emergency services for flat or damaged tires, lockouts, dead batteries, and courtesy towing, all at no additional cost. Darlings, saving on expensive car repairs is just a phone call away. For me, it's a no-brainer.
Protect yourself from the unprecedented rise in costs for parts and repairs. Call now to save money with your price lock guarantees. Call 800-284-5872.
Don't worry. It's fake. That's a fake bomb. That's fake class.
Oh, I'll do it. I swear on my mother's grave.
Fake threat. Fake dead guy. Fakes like those don't scare me. But fake meds, that's a different story. Verify your meds with safe.pharmacy. Protect those you love from bad meds.
You are back here in the Norton Healthcare Sports and Learning Center. Derby City Wrestling presented by Car Shield. Our opening contest this week, a tag team match. Technical difficulties against the boys, Brent and Brandon Tate.
And the Tates have been in the driver's seat while we've been away, as Raheem De La Suede continuing to get worked. I'm hoping that for his sake, the deliverer Moses can get in here, but it doesn't look like it, as a double hip toss, and the boys scooping and elbow dropping.
Well, the Tates are quick, they are seamless, they work and think. Cover here, leg is hooked and out in two.
By the skin of his teeth, Raheem De La Suede kicks out.
The Tates think cohesively like they are in each other's head, but what I've been most surprised about in this match is the cutting of corners that we've seen from the, these are not the Tate twins that I know. Uh-oh, right into the barricade.
Wow, and the Tates are bringing the fight to the outside, throwing Raheem De La Suede against the barricade. Right back into the ring, straight back to his brother Brent.
You know, I told you that they've wrestled with being the boys. No hook of the leg. Look at the cockiness in this cover. But now there's kind of a chip on their shoulder, and we're seeing where it's pushed these twins to.
And these guys, to be completely frank with you, I've interviewed these guys. They don't have a lot to say when we're behind the scenes. When they're in the ring, they're talking to one another. I mean, you would think these guys can communicate telepathically, and they probably do. But right now, they're all talk, and they are making action happen.
Tell you that Raheem De La Suede's gotta get to his partner here as soon as possible, because he has been on the receiving end from Brent and Brandon for quite some time in this matchup.
And the Tate twins have continued to put the pressure on, both of them working in unison. Again, look at this, and boom, Brent Tate right to the back of the head of Raheem.
Shocked. I am shocked by the antics. Shocked by the antics here from the boys tonight.
Brent Tate steps back in as he is on the prowl, staring down Raheem De La Suede, stalking his prey, grabs the hair. Some hits to the gut, right to the side of the head. Here comes De La Suede.
Met in the mush with a well-executed drop kick.
And I think Raheem is tasting some of his teeth, because that drop kick touched right down his throat.
Full extension from Brent Tate.
And look at this, the Tate twins.
Oh, costly miscommunication here.
And the first bit of miscommunication we've seen from the Tates all night long.
A window of opportunity has opened now for Raheem De La Suede. He needs to get to his partner in Moses.
As Brandon goes for the splash in the corner, nobody home. Brent to drop the elbow to the back of Raheem De La Suede.
Oh, a fingertip away, a fingertip away.
Kicks it back.
And he gets there.
Here comes the deliverer, Moses.
Moses belly to back with the release, German-style suplex.
And
another.
Huge suplexes here at Derby City Wrestling as Moses is fired up.
Belly to belly this time. Moses is throwing anything he can get his hands on here, Sean.
This is what happens. Moses has been in the turnbuckle waiting for his opportunity for minutes now.
That last one was all the way across the ring, pillar to post.
Can you believe it? I'm not sure which Tate he's working on now, but Moses is bringing it to him.
Brandon gets the clothesline. Brent gets the boot. And they're both planted here.
Bulldog and the clothesline won.
Both legs hooked, and technical difficulties is a half second away from another victory.
Brandon barely kicking out, and it looks like finally technical difficulties have the advantage. Moses driving Brandon to the back, and here comes Suede.
Precious seconds ticking away here for Raheem De La Suede, but he's still able to connect on Brandon Tate.
And we haven't been able to see a whole lot of this match. These guys work in unison. They know each other like the back of their hand. These guys.
What a combination here, Sean. Backcracker into the fisherman suplex, and Brent saves his brother at just the right time. I think that one was over had Brent not made the save.
And Raheem getting Brent Tate out of here. Brandon barely pulling himself up. Moses setting Brandon up for something. I don't know what we're going to look at here.
Raheem perched on top. Too much time. Brent knocks him down. There's the roll up, and we've got a handful of tights and a victory for the boys.
Here is your winner, the boys!
And using the antics that we have not seen from the boys to get the victory over technical difficulties. I mean, these guys really came in here, like you said, a chip on their shoulder. They approached this match differently than they did the first time, and they ended up getting the win because of it.
That chip may be the size of a canyon now, Sean Phillips, and I tell you what, like it or not, Brent and Brandon are heading to the pay window as the victors.
Dane Becker backstage here at Derby City Wrestling with Lord Crew and Aaron Williams. Guys, 2 weeks ago, you tasted tag team victory. What's next for you? How are you feeling now?
We feel great. Victory always feels great. See, Aaron Williams and I, we're no strangers to victory. We've won tag team gold all up and down the Midwest. Victory's kind of what we're known for. But I got to give it to you, Aaron. I don't know what you did. I don't know how you did it. But you definitely handled that Willie Mack situation.
Brother, come on, man. You know this artist never paints a photo without making some tweaks along the way. My mind, it works like clockwork, brother. But can you believe it? Danny Limelight sticking his nose in our business and trying to make an impact or something.
Hey. Yeah, it's a little different when it's face-to-face, isn't it? I don't know what you did to Willie Mack, but I know you did something I'm gonna find out. We ain't done here. You understand that? You two better keep watching each other's backs, because then something is gonna be ringing in your heads. Huh? What's my name?
I don't like him.
Derby City Wrestling backstage. Back after this.
If you're afraid to offend, you can't be honest. That's Thomas Paine, a leader in the American Revolution. CarShield, America's most trusted auto protection company, spells out what's protected in coverage plans for your vehicle. If your vehicle is out of warranty, all you have to do is call before your car breaks down. CarShield preserves your right to save on repairs or replacements for major parts and systems, while protecting your freedom to choose your mechanic or dealer for one affordable pay-as-you-go rate, a rate that will never go up. The future of this country rests on the people. The future of your car should rest with CarShield administrators. Call CarShield before it's too late.
Protect yourself from the unprecedented rise in cost for parts and repairs. Call now to save money with your price lock guarantees. Call 800-453-5896. 800-453-5896. 800-453-5896.
In a world where people drive dirty every day, there's one duck with sunglasses who has a dream to be fast, clean, and loved everywhere. Quackles is giving you the chance to be a champion just like him. He's giving away a one-of-a-kind Quick Quack Championship belt autographed by some of your favorite United Wrestling Network stars. To enter, just scan the QR code on your screen or visit don'tdrivedirty.com/belt.
There's my man, Louisville's best DJ Scary Carey on the ones and twos here in the Norton Center. We welcome you back to Derby City Wrestling presented by CarShield. Gilbert Corsi alongside Sean Phillips. And Sean, I'm really excited for our main event tonight. We know it's Pope and Dylan Bostic, but I want to shift now the focus to next week's main event, Jordan Clearwater versus Moose. The winner faces Danny Limelight for the United World Championship. Gonna be a big one.
And can you believe it? We get the Golden Boy versus the Wrestling God right here in Derby City. I don't know about you, but I'm pretty excited for this one.
Dane Becker here again backstage at Derby City Wrestling with Moose. Moose, next week you have a #1 contendership match for the UWN World title. What do you feel?
Ever since I've gotten here to Derby City Wrestling, I've had tunnel vision. And you know what's at the end of that tunnel? Shining bright is the UWN World Championship held by Danny Limelight. But before I get to Danny, I have to go through a man called Jordan Clearwater. Well, Jordan, next week, you find out why I'm the 5-star athlete. Jordan, next week, you find out why I'm called Mr. Impact Wrestling. More importantly, Jordan, you find out why I'm the wrestling god named Moose.
Hello everybody, Dustin Starr here with a very, very special guest. Ladies and gentlemen, Peter Avalon.
Thank you, Dustin. I know it's always a good day when you get to see the biggest man in professional wrestling, Pretty Peter Avalon, but it's not too often that I get to see a Memphis great like you, Dustin, so thank you for having me. But thankfully we're not talking about Memphis. Right now we're talking about Louisville, Kentucky, and more importantly, we're talking about Peter Avalon.
Yes, we are talking about Peter Avalon. We are talking about Louisville, and what we want to know is why you requested this time. Tell the audience why we're here.
Dustin, the last time they saw me on this broadcast, I was celebrating a hard-fought victory over Robbie Walker, right? After trying to get my momentum back after losing to Brian Myers not once, but twice. Dustin, you see, in losing to him twice, I had to write him a check for $10,000, and that's where my trouble began.
You're exactly right. That is a lot of trouble. Now, Peter, that was a check from David Marquez in the United Wrestling Network. What makes you think it's okay to write that check?
Why wouldn't I think it's okay? I'm the biggest man in professional wrestling. I am the United Wrestling Network. Do we need to review what I've done here at the UWN? I was in the first ever match for our flagship broadcast, Championship Wrestling from Hollywood, back in 2010. I am a former Red Carpet Rumble winner. I am the longest reigning UWN Heritage Champion at 672 days, Dustin. I am a former television champion. I am a 3-time Heritage Tag Team Champion. I have represented UWN all over the world, from Memphis to Alaska to China. I represent UWN every time I'm on TBS and TNT with All Elite Wrestling. I am the UWN. If there was a monument made, a Mount Rushmore, if you will, my face would be front and center of that monument, Dustin. So why wouldn't I think that, oh yeah, they could cover $10,000? Oh, it's funny too that David Marquez isn't here. He sends you to do his dirty work. Can't even look me in the face after he cancels my check. Dustin, look at me. I sit here hurt. I have a broken hand. I am here hurt. Brian Myers, he sends me this alarming text message while I'm in the shower. I look at it and I slip and fall and I hurt my hand.
What?
Why are you looking at me that way, Dustin? You don't text in the shower? Stop. But look, Dustin. Brian Myers will get his money. He needs to stop with the texts. He needs to stop sending his manager to text, to call me, his agent to text and call me every day. It's driving me insane. It's driving me insane. So I want to tell you, and I want to tell everybody at the United Wrestling Network and Derby City Wrestling, Pretty Peter Avalon has taken out an insurance policy.
Ooh, stop right there. What does that mean? An insurance policy?
Dustin, don't worry your pretty little face in that incredible wig of yours. Time will tell, and the insurance policy will more
then pay for itself. Just you wait and see. Thank you. I'm sure it was a pleasure for you. It was work for me, so I'll see you around. Take care.
Ted, you trailer park dumpster fire. How you doing, my good man? How you doing, buddy? But hey, no, me talking, you listen. Last time, we had a little problem. You beat my good buddy over here, and that doesn't sit too well with me. So, we need to rectify that, you know what I mean? Hey, why don't you go ahead and stand up there?
Actually, I kind of like you sitting down right here, okay?
Why don't you ever want to listen?
Listen.
What?
Teddy? What? The one thing that Jaden is saying correctly is that you did get lucky. You got lucky and you beat... Shh. You got lucky and you beat me. But it's his fault that you ended up beating me, okay?
Well, Dad, don't look at me. You look at him.
Look at me. Look at me. Look at me when he's talking. Look at him when I'm talking. Okay, do you understand? Look at me. You got lucky. And we're going to do this again. So what I need you to do is I need you to go find a little tag partner for yourself, okay? Because the other one scrambled off and he had his own thing. So now this time, find another tag partner so that we can do this again. Or you know what? Maybe we can do this right now. Mano a mano. What do you think?
Jaden, Damien, you're needed in the back.
Next week. Find a partner.
Next week! Find a partner.
If you're afraid to offend, you can't be honest. That's Thomas Paine, a leader in the American Revolution. CarShield, America's most trusted auto protection company, spells out what's protected in coverage plans for your vehicle. If your vehicle is out of warranty, all you have to do is call before your car breaks down. CarShield preserves your right to save on repairs or replacements for major parts and systems, while protecting your freedom to choose your mechanic or dealer for one affordable pay-as-you-go rate. A rate that will never go up. The future of this country rests on the people. The future of your car should rest with CarShield administrators. Call CarShield before it's too late.
Protect yourself from the unprecedented rise in cost for parts and repairs. Call now to save money with your price lock guarantees. Call 800-453-5896. 800-453-5896. 800-453-5896.
Don't worry.
It's fake. That's a
Fake bomb.
That's good. Fake class.
Oh, I'll do it. I swear on my mother's grave.
Fake threat. Fake dead guy. Fakes like those don't scare me. But fake meds, that's a different story. Verify your meds with safe.pharmacy. Protect those you love from bad meds.
Mi gente, you know who it is. It's the United Wrestling Network World Heavyweight Champion, the radioactive Papi, Danny Limelight. And next week, I'm coming back to Derby City Wrestling, presented by CarShield, to sit right next to Gilbert Corsi, but we not telling the news, baby. I'm calling the fight, the #1 contenders match, the main event between two former world champs, the wrestling god Moose, and the former United Wrestling Network World Champion Jordan Clearwater, the golden boy who's been getting on my last nerve. You see, Jordan, you caused me my match with Jake something. And now you slimed your way back into a #1 contenders match. How many shots is it gonna take? How many times you want Papi? See, this time, you gotta get through Moose and may the best man win.
The following contest is a singles match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Rydell High, Big
Well, last time we saw Big Mama, she interfered in a match between Marty Bell and Alexis Littlefoot. That brought out Bell's Hex tag team partner and Allyson Kay, and Mama headed for high ground. So this week the committee has made a great one. Allyson Kay versus Big Mama, one-on-one.
And you don't want to be on Big Mama's bad side, but I think if anybody can handle her right here in the ring, it's going to be Allyson Kay.
And her opponent, fighting out of Detroit, Michigan, she's the former TNA Knockouts champion, Allyson Kay!
They call Allyson Kay AK-47 because she shoots down her opponents. A former two-time Knockouts champion, former NWA World Women's Tag Team Champions, and dozens more titles along the way. Put simply, Allyson Kay knows how to win.
And Allyson Kay's being here in Derby City Wrestling solidifies that the United Wrestling Network's women's division continues to bring heavy hitters, continues to bring the best of the best right here.
And again, we've said that the committee is working on a tournament going to crown a first United Women's Champion. That's why we're seeing the Marty Bells, the Big Mamas, the Allyson Kays. They all want to have that championship. And hold on.
And Marty Bell forcing Big Mama, letting her know, I am not afraid to use this. Get in the ring.
Again, we talked about the unfinished business between Marty Bell and Big Mama. Mama didn't want anything to do with Kay, but Kay's Hex tag team partner says, you're gonna get in that ring and you're gonna fight.
And the bell has been rung. We are underway here as Allyson Kay and Big Mama squaring off, and Allyson Kay looks to start off early hot.
Here's what you get from Allyson Kay. She is hyper aggressive, always on the attack, not afraid to fight dirty if she must.
As she's laying shots right in here to Big Mama. Bringing her in a huge slap across the chest of Big Mama.
It echoed here in the Norton Center.
Allyson Kay laying fist down on Big Mama.
You know, we talked about Big Mama facing Kay's tag team partner and Marty Bell a couple weeks ago. I gotta wonder if Bell passed on any notes. Weaknesses, tips, cover here.
And the big thing is, Big Mama, when you look at her and look at some of the other women's competitors that we have here, there's not a lot of weaknesses to Big Mama's game. She can lay it down.
Hold on here, Sean. Submission applied in the middle of the ring.
Allyson Kay
Big Mama is trying to scratch and crawl her way to the rope.
And a roll-up right here. Allyson Kay back on top. Have we seen Big Mama not get the upper hand at the beginning of these matches that she's had so far? This is one of the first time I think she's really had someone test her right off the bat.
These two are just trading shots back and forth.
And Big Mama crashes Allyson Kay into the ropes.
And Kay returns the favor. You know, what's interesting about Allyson Kay and Big Mama is they both have very similar styles. Todd Kenley likes to say that styles make matches, but these guys fight similar fights. Hold on here. Sleeper applied, and Kay is trying to put Big Mama to sleep, not just put her to sleep using all of the body weight on her back. So Big Mama's holding her weight and Allyson Kay, Sean.
And Big Mama using that base that she's got, supporting and dropping all of her weight down on Allyson Kay, who clearly has the wind knocked out of her.
That is a way to crack a rib if I've ever seen it.
And the laugh on the face of Big Mama. Forearms to the back. Big Mama looks like she could be stepping in to that minivan driver's seat right here.
You're assuming she drives a minivan because they call her Big Mama?
I'm just saying, Gilbert, you and I were married men. We know how bad it can be in the house when you get on the bad side of Big Mama. And right now, Allyson Kay is on the bad side of Big Mama.
What do they call it? Happy wife, happy life? So I digress. Get back to the matter at hand in the ring. The baddest girl at Rydell High, Big Mama, is putting a beat down on the savage Allyson Kay right now.
Allyson Kay in the most dangerous spot in the building as Big Mama.
Using her gluteus to its maximus.
You said it better than I could have, Gilbert. These two are definitely... This is the right match that we needed to make today. And right now, Big Mama is in control.
Now, Big Mama has slowed the pace, and this is where she likes to fight.
And you're absolutely right, because this is where Big Mama's most dangerous. We don't see Big Mama going for quick shots, quick moves. Sure. She's a powerhouse, all right? And we've seen that before with these big bodies, slow and meticulous, with the miss right here, and Allyson Kay getting that burst of energy.
Momentum shifting moment in this matchup. Let's see how Kay's gonna follow it up. Using Big Mama's own momentum to send her into the turnbuckle, and then Kay just goes back to her strike game.
Huge chops across the chest of Big Mama. A boot sends her back, but Big Mama's shaking her head no.
Kay looking, saying, what is it gonna take to take you off your feet here? It's like a tree in the woods.
She is trying to knock her down, and there are no redwoods out here in the Derby City except for in the middle of the ring right now. Big Mama with a swing and a miss.
Oh! Comes through into the cover, and this is it.
Allyson Kay nearly taking the head off of Big Mama, securing the 1-2-3.
Here's your winner, Allyson Kay.
Allyson Kay with another big victory, making a name for herself, or she already has a name, a brighter name in the United Wrestling Network, I should say, as our competitive women's division works toward its first champion.
If you're afraid to offend, you can't be honest. That's Thomas Paine, a leader in the American Revolution. CarShield, America's most trusted auto protection company, spells out what's protected in coverage plans for your vehicle. If your vehicle is out of warranty, all you have to do is call before your car breaks down. CarShield preserves your right to save on repairs or replacements for major parts and systems, while protecting your freedom to choose your mechanic or dealer for one affordable pay-as-you-go rate. A rate that will never go up. The future of this country rests on the people. The future of your car should rest with CarShield administrators. Call CarShield before it's too late.
Protect yourself from the unprecedented rise in cost for parts and repairs. Call now to save money with your price lock guarantees. Call 800-453-5896. 800-453-5896. 800-453-5896.
This just in. What you're seeing happened moments ago. Zicky Dice apparently collapsed and demanded that he was to be taken to the hospital. Before the incident, Dice was heard saying to anyone that would listen that he has fired Garrison Creed and that Beck Reeves, quote, can't hang with him, end quote, and now he needs his own people, not just any people. Stay with us as this story develops.
Dane Becker backstage again at Derby City Wrestling here with Alexis Littlefoot. Alexis, we just saw Big Mama lose her match, but she cost you your match over 1 week ago. Alexis, what do you think about all this?
You know, I think Big Mama's a bully, and bullies get what they deserved, and she got exactly what she deserved in her match because she cost me mine. And you don't cost the Big Flexer anything because we in the Derby City. I'm from right down the road, so you know I run Louisville. I'm a thoroughbred. I'm tough, and I'm coming to take over this division. Period.
Period. Derby City Wrestling, back after this.
Brash, cocky, obnoxious, rude, rebellious, and a jerk. If there is one thing that Dylan Bostic...
This is a singles match scheduled for 1 fall. Introducing first, from Indianapolis, Indiana, weighing 230 pounds, Dylan Bostic!
I was saying, if there is one thing that Dylan Bostic is good at, Sean Phillips, it's running his mouth. And tonight, the Pope, Elijah Burke, says he is here to punch him right in it, right in the mush, to shut Bostic up.
And if anybody deserves it here at Derby City Wrestling, it is that guy in the ring, Dylan Bostic.
So it was several weeks ago that Dylan Bostic got an underhanded, cheating victory over the Pope. Exposed the turnbuckle, that allowed him to get the 1, 2, 3, and for weeks, months even, Dylan has been running his mouth non-stop about it. You would think that he believes he should be on wrestling's Mount Rushmore.
And you would actually think, too, that he would have just let this go, but he's continued to poke the bear. He attacked the Pope backstage,
yeah.
And then he went and taunted him with his buffoonery that he did out here with bringing the other Pope out.
Oh, my.
Dylan Bostic's antics have finally caught up to him.
Can you believe that? Dylan brings hires some guy, rolls in on a golf cart like it's the Vatican with a driver. I mean, the links, the extent to which Dylan Bostic has gone to embarrass the Pope it's really ridiculous.
Look at me, Daddy, you looking at the truth. The Pope is here pimping something he naturally do. Charismatic, spectacular, see the threads gleaming.
And his opponent from Jacksonville, Florida, weighing 230 pounds.
Well, here comes the Pope, and he means business. And we gotta take a timeout. Main event happening now. Go nowhere on Derby City Wrestling.
I love to drive. It's my me time, my getaway, my escape. Nothing can ruin it, except for a car breakdown. That's why I called CarShield. CarShield administrators help get those repairs paid. I trust CarShield with my baby, and you should too. CarShield has plans that include protection on major parts and systems like the engine, transmission, entertainment system, air conditioning, electronics, and more. CarShield administrators go the extra mile by including rental car options. You also get emergency services for flat or damaged tires, lockouts, dead batteries, and courtesy towing. All at no additional cost. Darlings, saving on expensive car repairs is just a phone call away. For me, it's a no-brainer.
Protect yourself from the unprecedented rise in cost for parts and repairs. Call now to save money with your price lock guarantees. Call 800-284-5872.
In a world where people drive dirty every day, there's one duck with sunglasses who has a dream to be fast, clean, and loved everywhere. Quackles is giving you the chance to be a champion just like him. He's giving away a one-of-a-kind Quick Quack Championship belt autographed by some of your favorite United Wrestling Network stars. To enter, just scan the QR code on your screen or visit don'tdrivedirty.com/belt.
You're back here at Derby City Wrestling presented by CarShield. It is Dylan Bostic versus the Pope. And the Pope didn't even get a chance to take his ring jacket off, Sean, before Bostic jumped him from behind.
No, he has been laying into the Pope the entire time we've been here. But finally, the Pope has the upper hand as he's laying laying Dylan Bostic down. Now he has the opportunity to take his jacket off, and we're about to see some action.
Yeah, for the Pope, Elijah Burke, this isn't a redemption story. This is about revenge, ladies and gentlemen. He has been listening to Dylan Bostic run his mouth for weeks, even months. And Pope very simply says he's going to punch Dylan Bostic in the mush. He's going to shut him up, Sean.
And a huge back body drop. Now the Pope sets Dylan Bostic up for a stalled suplex. And I gotta say, this is a long time coming for Dylan Bostic. This is weeks in the making, the whooping that the Pope is about to give Dylan.
Yeah, Elijah Burke is an elite competitor, a champion on any day of the week. And to have a guy like Dylan Bostic running his mouth, running down his name, that's embarrassing to the Pope. A couple of weeks ago, there was a backstage attack, slam Pope into some pizza boxes, and then these videos, these Dylan Bostic presentations that we've been seeing.
You know, I can say the one thing about Dylan Bostic is that he cut no expense out. When it came to trying to humiliate the Pope, he spent the dollars. He did the Dylan Bostic productions. He hired a guy to dress like the Pope and came out here and threw him out of the ring just to get a rib on the guy that he had to cheat to beat. And now things have caught up for him.
And I know the Pope very well. I mean, his wrestling roots, 20 years plus years in wrestling, but his wrestling roots are right here in Kentucky. Yes, you've seen him in Impact. Yes, you've seen him in WWE. Yes, you've seen him in NWA. But his roots are right here. His family's in this city. His people are in this city. So it's like he's been embarrassed in his hometown.
And Dylan Bostic eating one to the gut. See, the thing about the Pope is he has an extensive athletic background. He was almost undefeated with over 100 victories as an amateur boxer. And I'm sure that a lot of those might have come here in the Derby City. And you got guys like Dylan Bostic who are trying to stay toe for toe as athletic as the Pope. And right now, he's gassed and the Pope is on top.
Losing to Bostic for Pope, it's a blemish, it's a stain, it's like a scarlet mark on the Pope's reputation. But Burke is here tonight to wipe it all away.
And the Pope is ready to get to the action, but the ref sends him back as she begins the count on Dylan Bostic, who very clearly is showing signs that he might be regretting where he's at. Here comes the Pope circling, grabbing the H2O, about to give Dylan probably a much-needed bath.
Well, you need some water.
And I didn't know we were at SeaWorld. I thought this was Derby City Wrestling, but we are definitely in the splash zone.
See, what happened here is the Pope thought that Dylan Bostic looked thirsty, Sean.
Or do you think that that was a little bit of the leftover
Look out,
holy
it's
water?
in front of us. This is a beatdown that the Pope has been waiting to give, I tell you what.
And the Pope has just baptized Dylan Bostic right in front of us as he is firing, and he is ready for Dylan to get back in the ring.
The Pope baptized Bostic. I see what you did there, Sean. Well done, friend, well done.
You're not the only one. You're not the only one. And here comes Pope back on the prowl. Ooh, and Dylan Bostic giving himself a little bit of distance, but not today, says the Pope.
Pope's gonna hit that steel barrier. Look at the explosion. It's like Pope didn't even feel it, Sean.
Goodness, like a Derby City racehorse almost took the head right off of Dylan Bostic.
Not
and
today.
Pope is the jockey in the driver's seat.
Not today, says Elijah Burke. He is incensed. I think you are seeing how Dylan Bostic got under Elijah Burke's skin.
Absolutely. And I hope that the ref is able to ring these guys back in, because I don't want to see this one just ended here. Dylan Bostic with a cheap shot, trying to distance himself.
Bostic is literally running right now.
For his life, misses. We've got a game of crisscross.
Power slam.
And it seems like the Pope is now 2 steps ahead of Dylan Bostic at every single angle, and he is ready, letting Dylan know, you talk the talk, but you are not gonna walk with me.
You hear this crowd? They are alive. They are behind the Pope right now. They're equally as tired of hearing Dylan Bostic run his mouth.
I am too. I am right behind the fans here at the United Wrestling Network as Elijah Burke sets up for something risky.
Low, low, low.
but he has paid the ultimate price.
Gosh, you don't like Dylan Bostic, but that was smart.
You know, and that's the thing is, people forget Dylan Bostic's been in this business for a while. So even if they're not what we want to see, he knows the veteran tricks of the trade that are going to give him the advantage.
A veteran always knows where they're at in the squared circle. They have the wherewithal to always know their surroundings.
Oh, and what we thought was going to be a huge move as the Pope is taking
German suplex and holds on.
Dylan Bostic on the German suplex express.
Are we gonna get a Three Amigos here?
As he looks to a Dylan Bostic lost in the sauce here in Derby City.
The people in the Norton Healthcare Sports and Learning Center, Sean, they want to see one more. They may want to see 2 or 3 more. Bostic doesn't want to see any more.
And it looks like Pope has an iron grip. He is using those gloves to his advantage. There is going to be no sweat slipping here on the gut of Dylan Bostic.
Low blow, low blow. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Oh no, oh no, not again, not again, not again. Hey, listen, if Dylan Bostic beats the Pope again here, I don't know if I can see him again. I don't know if I can face him again. Like, he's going to be impossible.
The humiliation continues on, unfortunately, Dylan Bostic now giving himself that space. He's circling around. He is not happy. And what is Dylan Bostic doing?
He's taking the ring bell. Why?
It's safe to say Dylan Bostic is out of his mind right now.
What exactly does Bostic have in mind here? He's got the timekeeper's ring bell.
And this isn't good. Pope is still down, dealing with the effects of that low blow.
Oh, this is bad. This is bad in every sense of the word here. This is desperation is what it is. Pope has once again put a beat down on Dylan Bostic just like before.
And quick reaction time from the ref as she blocks Dylan Bostic, says, not in my ring.
Good ref, way to go, own your ring.
And did you see the look on Dylan Bostic's face? The desperation.
Wait, no, this is a bait and switch. This is a bait and switch. He wanted to pull the referee's eyes, pull the referee's attention so he could expose the turnbuckle just like he did before.
You're absolutely right.
And beat Pope the last time.
And he's able to get it out of the corner. I think the ref, there's some confusion on the ref's face. She knows exactly what might be happening, but it's too late now.
Pope is none the wiser. He doesn't have any idea what Bostic has done, what's happened here. Irish whip into the turnbuckle. Wait! Pope pumps the brakes.
Oh, and Dylan almost eats the turnbuckle himself.
What an uppercut.
The knees are exposed. Elijah Burke hyping the fans. He is ready to finish this one.
What does Pope have in mind here? It looks like he is sensing victory, ready to put Dylan Bostic away. Up! Double knees into the exposed turnbuckle, right to the sternum. The leg is hooked, and this one is over.
Almost crushing the windpipe of Dylan Bostic. I can't believe it. What a great move, and looks like the turntables have happened to Dylan Bostic.
Here is your winner, the Pope!
Let the church say amen, Sean. The Pope has righted a wrong and gained victory over Dylan Bostic. What has he got to say about that? We're out of time, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you next week.